check, mic check. Let us know if you can hear us, folks. Just let y'all come in real quick. Oh shit, let me turn this down. You can hear us. I can hear us, so I know we're live. Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, aka Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro host extraordinaires.
You know what it is. It's guaranteed, Mr. Moneymaker, Mr. Money Taker. How we doing today, Ray?
We're doing like dog shit today, bro.
Now tell us how you really feel.
Oh, 20 minutes late, from our start time. What do you mean? However do you mean, Mr. Bucks?
It was
Balls deep in a stuffed turtle till 7:10.
yeah, bro. I mean, I had my phone on the charger. Was not charging because my phone is a piece of shit. So I wake up at like 7:10, give these dudes a call back like, what's up, guys? And
Definitely like 7:15.
okay, 7:15.
7:20, 22, and some change.
Cool. You know what I mean? But they showed up. You know what I mean? They stuck it out with your boy. They're here now. We're here now. We're gonna make some shit happen. So
We're here to
y'all
make
know what
some
it is.
money.
It's RayBuck. It's Chuckle Jordan. It is Mr. Fucking hates his kidneys. Hello.
Well, folks, we are here after a week off. Did not so well, at least I'm gonna speak for myself, did not so well on the card prior to this. But bro did good, so hey, not all is to be lost, you did win the last card prior to this one. And you were first with your picks. You submitted your picks first. You were on fire. I think you were hyped up after the week prior,
I was, and now I'm not. But it's all right. We're gonna go ahead and crack one of these PBRs open, and we'll be all right.
All right.
Drink on the way.
The hair of the dog, as they say, I believe, is what's taking place right now. But anyways, folks, we are here to break down. I decided to do my own graphics because I feel like UFC's kind of starting to slack on their graphics, bruh. But, so this is one of your boys right here. I'm getting ill with that Canva. But anyways, we're here to cover this weekend's card, UFC Perth. Apparently not a big seller out in Australia right now. Normally, I feel like UFC is kind of able to get away, especially with these road shows of just kind of, not giving you a super stacked card, but just enough. And most folks are just happy to just see fights live.
Sure.
That, they come out in droves.
Yeah, absolutely.
But on this one, apparently the folks in Australia were not impressed.
Well, I feel like they've got a lot of talent moving out and talent moving in. They recently had Volkanovski, which is their Lord and Savior, not crowned champion anymore. So I feel like, you know what I mean? Australia has some redeeming. I feel like this fight with Islam is going to be real big for them because it's going to be a chance for them taking a belt back home. And I mean, not to shine away from that fight, but I feel like they're on the upcoming again. Like they got a whole recircuit of talent, you know what I mean, coming through, and I'm excited to see what they got.
Yeah, I could say that. I could say that there's a passing of a torch somewhat, especially with Ulberg getting this spot right now, for that whole city kickboxing team and shit like that, and then a bunch of dudes up under him coming in representing for the city and for the actual fight team. So, hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Well, we did have 14 fights on this card, but 2 ended up falling out prior to us breaking them down here. So now we're down to 12 fights on this card. We're going to start things off with a women's strawweight bout. Shouts out to Queen Angel in the chat. Shouts out to my guys with Fight Bloodline in the chat. Fucking killing them on the picks. If you're not subscribed, make sure you go subscribe to my guy, Cash Money, Be Ready 303, Fight Bloodline. Go check them out. Killing it in some of their first cards, putting their picks out there for everybody, putting their name and reputation on the line. Shout outs to y'all. But back to breaking down this card. We got a women's strawweight bout. We have Loma Lookboonmee going up against Alexia Thenara. We got Lookboonmee coming in. They are 7-2 in the UFC, 10-3 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. We got Thenara coming in 1-0 in the UFC, fresh off of retiring Molly McCann in their debut. 12-1 overall, and are currently riding a 10-fight win streak. I'm going to be going with Thenara in this one by either submission or decision. They're going to be the younger and bigger of the two fighters, a grappler primarily with evolving hands. They definitely weren't, afraid to let them fly last time out, but then eventually, got things where they needed it to be. But basically get this one to the ground as soon as possible. Manage your output, manage your energy, and just maintain control, if anything, to get the W. Or if the finish presents itself, go ahead and make it happen. We got Lookboonmee coming in, older of the two by a couple years, smaller, a kickboxer who I wouldn't say necessarily, I'm sure that they, train their grappling or at least train their takedown defense. But really what they got going for them is a wealth of UFC experience over Thenara. So they might be able to just thug it out, outdog Thenara, maybe, stuff some takedowns, keep it at distance and use that kickboxing. But I don't know. I just think Thenara is going to be too much. She's going to overwhelm, get them trapped up against the cage, and eventually do what she needs to do to get it done, whether that's on the feet or on the ground. Most likely, submission or something like that. But, I'm going to be going with Thenara. Who we got, y'all?
I'm taking Thenara as well. I feel like she's coming in like a bully. She's a lot bigger than her. She's got almost 7 inches worth of reach on her arms, arm length. I feel like she's going to be tagging her from a good range away. Not only that, she's got long legs, and I feel like she's going to be kicking her from a good range. Lookboonmee is going to be having to take some damage to get what she wants to get done in with, and that's if she doesn't get taken to the ground. I feel like Lookboonmee might have a chance to take her to the ground because she is substantially taller, but I don't feel like I don't feel like she's going to have the strength to do it. Not in earlier rounds. I feel like she's going to take a lot of damage, and I think Lookboonmee is probably going to be taken to the ground first before she gets the opportunity to take Thenara down. And I took this one for a decision. Yeah, I'll take that for a decision. That's a 3-round ass beating Thenara over Lookboonmee. What you think, Ray? Lookboonmee. I'm sorry.
Bro, I think, first of all, it's kind of funny that you're sitting next to me in this Debo shirt. You got the whole Debo fit on right now. It's pretty fucking hilarious. But in addition to that...
I'm trying to color coordinate.
All right, bro. Anyway.
This is Australian and American colors for the main event.
Okay.
Come on, man.
He said he wanted to spend some of Red's money.
Yeah, what bike, Puff? Like,
hey. Shit.
I'm just going to tuck my chain in.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, like back at it. I'm going to also go with bros. I'm going to go with Thenara. Lookboomee's just going to get frustrated. Do I think this is going to be a super exciting match? No, I do not. Do I think it's going to go to decision? Absolutely, I do. But Thenara will just frustrate Lookboonmee on the feet. And then when they decide to go to the ground, she will just control position. I don't think there's going to be a submission in this bout. I think it's going to be a lot of rolling around and not just Thenara controlling the position. I don't really see her dominating her as far as, getting a submission, but she will just be in the control in the top position. And so she'll win this 3-0, and move this one out of the books.
Okay.
Or into the books.
Let's go.
Man,
all
I'm
right,
trying my
folks.
best over here, y'all.
All right, y'all. Moving on to the second bout of the evening. We have a heavyweight matchup between Brandon Pericic going up against Elisha Ellison. We got Pericic coming in, making their UFC debut. 4-1 overall and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. We got Ellison coming in, making their debut as well. 5-1 overall and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. I'm gonna be going with Ellison in this one by either decision or KO. They're gonna be the younger of the two. I mean, I could check real quick, but I'm pretty sure that they still don't got measurements on it. Oh, they finally do. Okay, so
79-inch reach for Persic and 78 for Ellison.
okay, so Ellison is coming in the smaller of the two fighters. Striker primarily. I would say the thing that put them over the top for me is, and this, I say this, very, don't like hold me to this, but this is just truly what it came down to is they had a slightly better strength of schedule. Out of two guys fighting a heap of bums, Ellison's set of bums just seemed a little bit better. And then in terms of not only being the smaller fighter in height and reach, he's also gonna be fucking 30 pounds lighter, coming in at 236 to Pericic's 261. So Pericic's gonna look like a fucking monster in here. It's definitely making me think about this pick, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm also very inclined to pick an underdog or two, every now and again. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that. I'm gonna go with, my instincts or my gut here with Ellison. We got Pericic though coming in, older of the two by 3 years, a big ass heavyweight at 6'5" with a 79-inch reach advantage, and going to be 30 pounds, or at least, a little under 30 pounds more than Ellison. A striker primarily as well in their own right, but they just, in my opinion, had a slightly weaker strength of schedule. Prior to having a bunch of fights canceled, that kind of actually put them on a somewhat of a layoff. When they did come back, their next two fights were against dudes who literally, I think they were both 0-1. So it was like tune-up fights, like real tune-up fights, but like 0-1 dudes that, barely haven't even fucking, gotten their ears wet, or their ears are just wet still or something like that. However that fucking phrasing goes. But regardless,
They still got milk behind the ears.
milk behind the ears. There you go. So like, I don't know I don't know. And originally this fight was supposed to be a Contender Series fight, but hey, Pericic's from fucking Australia. Throw him on this card, whatever. I'm going with Ellison, y'all. Who y'all got?
I believe we had an argument last week about the weight difference. This is the point where this is where the difference is. It makes a big difference. Pericic's kicking this dude with 25 extra pounds on him. He's gonna be kicking the shit out of this fucking dude. I'm taking Pericic. I feel like even though he's coming in way overweight, Ellison's going to be fighting somebody that's going to be on top of him, that's going to be on the ground. It's going to be hard to get. Unless he puts one on his jaw and puts him on his back, then takes him on the ground on top. I don't see him getting on top of Pericic. Pericic's already a fucking dog. He's already a bully of a fighter. His fighting stance. He's a high output. He's a real dominant wrestler, and I feel like. It's Alicia Ellison. That's how you say that, Alicia.
Yeah, Alicia or Elijah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Alicia though.
Yeah, Elijah. We'll call you Elijah because that's a lot. That's what I want to fucking call you, Elijah Ellison. We'll say.
God damn,
it's not happening. I'm taking Pericic for the win. What you got?
I'm going to have to disagree with you, Darren. I'm going to go with the boy named Sue. I'm going to go with Alicia Ellison.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had to have been getting beat up his whole life with that name, right?
Yeah.
So, I got to imagine he's pretty tough. That being said, I just think he's going to come in. He's going to be the more lean fighter. He's going to not be carrying so much weight. You know what I mean? I think that weight really wears you down. 30 pounds is crazy. I do believe this is going to, probably go the distance. That being said, I think Alicia Ellison fucking wins this shit. You know what I mean? In those latter 2 rounds. Just because he's not carrying an extra 30 pounds on him.
Imagine explaining that you got beat up by somebody named Alicia and then having to explain that no, this wasn't a woman, this was a full ass dude,
Yeah, 230-pound dude at that. Like,
bro.
but
That's
his
a.
name was
I'm
what?
surprised. I'm surprised they're still letting the fight go through with the weight difference.
That's a
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy weight difference, but I mean the heavyweights, that's kind of how it's always been. That's even how it is in wrestling, right? Like you just had to stay under, I think it was
I feel like
265
it's
at max.
crazy at heavyweight. You could be a certain amount, but like on all the other ones, you have to be like pretty much on.
Yeah, dead end.
Yeah.
Well, I think the heavyweight limit is 265.
Yep.
Yeah, so
And that's pretty much what it is, I believe, in wrestling, high school and collegiate, if I had to guess.
and I think, just fun fact, one of the fighters that pulled out Justin Taffa is like one of the only known heavyweights to come in fucking overweight at like 267.
I've got nothing but terrible things to talk about Justin Taffa. Good thing he dropped out. Fuck.
I mean, yeah, that fight was gonna be basically who's gonna catch whoever first, and it was gonna be a good fight, but I'm kind of glad it fell out because definitely I was gonna be one of those ones where, however it went, I couldn't be too mad because that Sutherland dude didn't have too much info on him, but Taffa didn't really. He's just literally just either got or get got type of guy, and then fucking.
No gas tank.
John
Chin.
Millicalf versus fucking Oban Allier really had me. I was struggling with that one and ended up going with y'all and just went with Millicalf. But there was just this part of me that was just like, man, Elliott needs to bounce back. But now knowing that he pulled out due to an illness, who knows? Like I feel like that dude freaking be going too hard and then sometimes it catches up with him. But
He was overtrained.
yeah.
He's one of those guys who comes in phenomenal shape. He overtrains for sure. You know what I mean?
I would assume
Overtraining
so.
Causes injuries, causes sicknesses. You know what I mean? You're susceptible to get sick because your immune system's always beat up.
Shouts out Ashley Morvant in the chat.
Oh gosh.
Shouts out Joshua Fabia. I don't know if this. I doubt it's the real Joshua Fabia, but still, that's hilarious because that's like a playoff of Diego Sanchez's old coach.
Oh no way.
Yeah, and they're not too fond of our analysis, but hey, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Have a great one, labia.
hit like, subscribe to the channel. Much love. Moving on though to a women's bantamweight bout, we got Luana Carolina going up against Michelle Montagu. We got Carolina coming in. They are 6-3 in the UFC, 11-4 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. We got Montagu coming in from the PFL, making their UFC debut at a perfect 6-0. Carolina is who I'm going to be going with in this one by either decision or KO. They're going to be the older fighter by a year, shorter of the two, and a striker primarily. Definitely a better strength of schedule and a wealth of UFC experience, at least in comparison to Montagu. But in this fight, the only thing that stands out for Carolina is that they'll be moving up 10 pounds from the flyweight division. So, they already, they have a pretty, I want to say like lanky frame, but they're pretty, long and, definitely not a compact stature. So it'll be interesting to see if they're able to, carry some, weight up and it plays out to their advantage, or is it more weight than they're used to carrying and it gasses them out? Montague is going to be younger and taller of the two, a grappler primarily. I'm pretty sure getting all their wins by, some sort of like finish by grappling or, just controlling folks over the course of a whole fight. Decent strength of schedule coming over from the PFL. But the caveat, or I don't know about caveat, I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but, the thing that stands out about them is they're moving down 10 pounds. So normally, from what I've seen in their career, they've fought anywhere between 155 and 145. So, they're used to, being in those bigger weight classes. I mean, 145 doesn't even exist in the UFC anymore. And Kayla Harrison, that was the big thing about her coming over from PFL was that, she was normally fighting at about 155. So, she has to make a significant weight cut every time that she fights here recently. Yeah. So that's the same thing here with Montague. Obviously a grappler, so should have a good gas tank, but is she going to be depleted? That remains to be seen. But all in all, given that it doesn't seem that, striking is, a strong point of theirs, I got to go with Carolina in this fight. If they can stuff some takedowns early on, draw Montague out to the decision, I think that they could, definitely take this one home. I'm going to go with the UFC vet, Carolina, in this one. Who we got?
I'm calling a fraud check. I feel like Luana Carolina is going to put it on her. I don't feel like they're going to have an opportunity to, to dominate or get what they want in there.
Go ahead, bro. Chat's roasting you, by the way, but go ahead.
Who? The chat?
Yep.
Fuck the chat. But I feel like she's a decision machine, and I feel like she's gonna have a higher output.
Fuck yeah.
Why Darren's legs crossed like that? It's wild. And what the fuck is up with the pillow?
Ooh, who's fucking shit?
Cash. Bro.
Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to my nephew Rush, the real handsome nephew.
Hey, shout out Joaquin Buckley. I mean, I don't think that's him, but still funny. Shouts out. Definitely ain't him, because, yeah, but still, that's
What do you
funny.
say?
Just what's up.
And it's also spelled wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think it's him. Tyler Fish, shout outs to you. Cut both the Toffa brothers. They really both pulled out. What the fuck?
Queen Angel, it's all right to wear shorts above the knee in 2025. It's okay. You know what I mean? And they're not just. Oh, I guess they are. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I wear shorts above the knee all the time.
Yeah, bro, but I'm way cooler than you. So anyway,
Hey, get to your. Who are you picking?
I'm picking Michelle Montague. And it's kind of a crazy pick for me because I generally do not like people coming in.
Usually you don't pick losers.
You're right. And I'm not picking one today. But I also don't like to pick people coming newly into the UFC. The bright lights do scare people. And it's just a way bigger stage than the PFL is. That being said, Luana Carolina is just not an exciting fighter.
She's a decision machine.
She's a decision machine.
She's on a 3-win streak right now, though.
Yeah, but of the doggiest of the dog shit fighters in the UFC.
She's won more fights she's on more of a fight streak than I don't know, than a lot of people in that class right now. I feel like they're kind of building her up, you know what I mean?
They're trying to.
I feel like this is kind of a toss up for her as far as a fight. Like this is kind of a tune-up fight for her. Montague, I don't think she's faced anybody as good as Carolina, personally, in my opinion.
Carolina just is not, again, she's a decision machine, like you said, and she's just not a hyperactive fighter. Right. You're not going to see a lot of punches per second. You're not going to see a lot of takedown attempts, you know what I mean, throughout the rounds. She's just kind of in there, and she does enough in that class, which, again, she's going up in a class, so she's actually at the straw weight. Now she's going to the bantamweight. Like, I just don't see her being super exciting and really making something happen. I think Montague is a very up-and-coming, hungry prospect that could really, you know what I mean, do some damage in this class, in this weight class. That being said, you know what I mean, she's fighting at home. She's fighting, you know what I mean, in New Zealand, same shit, you know what I mean, New Zealand, fucking Australia, whatever you want to call it. So I like Michelle Montague in this particular spot.
I dig it.
Fun fact, Montague passed the weigh-in by, with flying colors, coming in a half pound under the limit at 134 and a half. So, good on her. That fight's official. And we will see, what the debut holds for them. But moving on to another bantamweight bout in the men's division, we have Colby Thickness going. And this is confirmed. That is the name. It's not Thickness or anything like that. It's definitely Thickness. And they're going to be going up against Josias Musasa. We have Thickness coming in 0-1 in the UFC, 7-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. We have Musasa coming in 0-1 in the UFC, 8-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. I'm gonna be going with Thickness on this one with a decision or submission. They're gonna be the slightly shorter of the two. They're both coming in at the same age. They're going to be less rangy than Musasa, well-rounded in their skill set, but definitely leans towards their grappling being their strong point. They're going to have more routes to victory, with that being said, and should have the edge in the cardio department. Also, I just want to note they had a very they got beat. This is for sure. They got beat, but they were able to take Ilia Toporia's brother, Alexandre. It was kind of, pretty clear, who was in front, but still they put up a fight, which that's what I said, they're going to have the cardio to go those full 3. Musasa, on the other hand, they got choked out in their debut bout. They're going to be the slightly taller of the two with a significant reach advantage, though. And given, the power in their hands, that could definitely, be an X factor in this bout that can even things up, in their regard, because they are definitely a striker primarily. Not much to offer from the ground or in the grappling department, giving them less routes to victory, ultimately putting Thickness over the top for me. And also, their cardio could be a concern because prior to that loss, they're just used to, putting motherfuckers away. So, I got to go with Thickness in this one. But Musasa, he's live. I'm not sure. He might be the favorite. I'm not too sure. But I'm going with Thickness. Who y'all got?
I got Musasa. I feel like you said, he's got better power in his hands. I'm not really terribly worried about, Thickness. And I'm not talking about describing the glizzy Cash Cole had tonight. I'm talking about the fighter on the card. Thickness, I feel like doesn't have what it takes to get Musasa to the ground. I feel like Musasa has better hand power, and I feel like he's going to be the better boxer. He's not. He's favored for a reason. It's not because he's done anything spectacular, but he has a better chance of ending this with a knockout. As Thickness is known for not having a great chin, and but if Musasa doesn't blow his wad in the first round, I feel like he could take it.
Yeah.
What you got, Ray?
I'll go ahead and give you guys.
Big Ayo to fucking Cash in the chat. Just want to say that real quick after their latest comment. But hey, salute to my guys over there in Fight Bloodline. My apologies, Ray. Go ahead.
No, you're good, brother. I just wanted to clear something up. You're wondering, it's just Josiah Musasa is the favorite in this bout. Not crazy favorite, 155 to 130 or plus 130 for Thickness. Again, I believe Thickness is a better fighter in this fight. I guess not again for the first time. I believe Thickness is a better fighter. He did, take I can't think of his fucking name right now.
Oh,
brother,
Topuria,
yeah,
Alexandre.
Alexandre Toporia's Alexandre to deep water. Obviously, he did lose that one, but he didn't lose it in a terrible fashion. He didn't look, bad in that fight. And
You're taking Thickness?
I'm taking Thickness. I like thickness for the win. You know what I mean? I like thickness in general. Pause, but not on that kind of, you know what I mean? It is what it is.
You're gonna make Cash excited for that.
Hey, yo, hey,
yo. All right, y'all. Thickness was said way too much in that fucking span of time, bruh. I'm not looking forward to future fights with this guy. Anyways, moving on, y'all, to a lightweight matchup. We have Jamie Mullarkey going up against Rolando Bedoya. We got Mullarkey coming in 5-6 in the UFC, 17-8 overall, and 2-1 in their last 5 bouts. We have Bedoya coming in 0-3 in the UFC, 14-4 overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. I'm gonna be going with Mullarkey in this one by either decision or KO. They're gonna be the older of the two by 3 years, taller and slightly less rangy. Well-rounded in their skill set, definitely leans to the striking and prefers to do so. Better strength of schedule, in my opinion, and more UFC experience. But they have been chinned. Now, I want to say that they have definitely, been on the short end of a lot of bouts in the UFC, but really it's just been by killers. Like, they're not losing the fucking bums. Now, granted, the folks that they're beating aren't crazy good, but they got some notables in there. But for the most part, the reason when they lose, and that's the reason why, they're 5-6 in the UFC, but they're still around, is because they either win or lose in spectacular fashion. And in his case, when he loses, he has lost to some killers, so you kind of got to give him some grace there. Bedoya, he's younger and shorter of the two, slightly longer in range. Well-rounded in their skill set, but tends to lean to the striking as well. But they haven't won at the UFC level yet. They're durable and, can go to 3. Sometimes it looks a little sloppy, but they are able to, go the distance. But they just haven't been able to get over the hump. They like I said, they're able to dog it out and all that good shit, but they still end up on the losing end of those decisions. So, yeah, unfortunately, I got to go with Mullarkey. I feel like Bedoya isn't going to hit him with anything that's going to put him down in the same way that these killers have put him down. I think that this is going to be definitely, these two are going to go at it, but I think Mullarkey's just going to be able to outlast Bedoya and outdog him. So, yeah, I'm going with Mullarkey on this one.
I'm going with Bedoya simply because 100% of his losses come from decisions. Not one sub, not one knockout, all decisions. So I feel like he's going to come out with the higher output. I feel like Mullarkey has a good chin, but I feel like he has a case of blowing his wad when he gets excited when it comes to ending his fights. You like that, Ray?
Hey, the blowing the wad is apparently happening like a lot during this fucking bout. Blowing all these wads, bro.
It's like it describes like throwing
It does.
energy and shit.
Absolutely, I agree with it. It's just kind of funny.
I just think it's funny when I say wad, what pops up in your brain, Ray.
Hey, oh wait, yo, whatever. Anyway,
Hope it's not the same shape as Cassius Cole's dinner tonight. Ah!
I know. It's weenie time. Wow, bro, we got the wildest chat. I swear, fucking having me dying over here, bro.
Hey, real quick, shout out Gabriel. I know you're watching, son. I love you. Thank you for the support. Shout out Gabriel. Shout out Natalia. I love you too, baby.
Oh man.
Back to what I was saying. I got Bedoya. I'm taking him for a KO, actually. I feel like he's coming out with something to prove. He's got fucking not necessarily the highest of output, but I feel like he could be a dangerous person at times whenever he really wants to fight. He's 14-4, and he hasn't been fucking finished. Let's give this man his fucking props. What you got, Ray?
I fucking completely agree with your entire analysis, Darren. I mean, the fact is, he only loses, you know what I mean, decisions. You know what I mean? He's trying to fucking go out there and fucking kill. And I think that's what he's going to do. These two dudes are going to be fucking two bears in a phone booth. They're just going to be fucking each other up. It's going to be a great fight. I don't know
They're
why.
gonna be bear in a phone booth, like naked.
No, like,
No.
wow.
Hey.
Hey, yo. No, two, like, no, it's going to be a dogfight in a phone booth. I think neither one of them are going to back down. They're both going to be pushing forward. They're both going to be throwing blows. This is probably one of the best fights of the night. I'm not sure why it's a prelim. It should be up on the main card.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good fight.
It's going to be a fucking amazing fight. Like, this is going to be one to watch. And, I mean, I would say it's the top 3 fights on this card.
Not only that, Bedoya is an underdog. Hasn't been finished, and he's an underdog.
Makes no sense.
Hey, we will see. We will see. Moving on to a middleweight matchup, we have Andre Petroski going up against Cam Roston. We got Petroski coming in 8-3 in the UFC, 13-5 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. We got Roston coming in, making their UFC debut, 12-3 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. I'm gonna be going with Petroski in this one by either decision or sub. They're gonna be the older of the two by 4 years, smaller. Well-rounded, but definitely has grappling as their strong point. A better strength of schedule and more UFC experience. I would say what put them over the top for me in this matchup is that they have a similar build and definitely a better grappling skill set than, I assume, than an opponent that Roston faced on the Dana White Contender Series circuit, Torres Finney. Now, granted, he did come back after that loss and win his next fight in the Contender Series, but, you know, it was against somebody who didn't really necessarily have the grappling like that. So I just feel like Petroski should be able, if he learned anything from that matchup, you know, just get this guy on the ground. He has submission and grappling prowess, but I just don't think it's on the level of a Petroski. So, and personally, I think he would prefer to strike. He's long, you know, he's able to keep you at distance. He's got good striking, but ultimately, you know, I just think Petroski should be able to control him. Roston is younger and bigger of the two, well-rounded, but just has had a weak strength of schedule in comparison to Petroski. And in my opinion, needs to keep this fight at distance just as a way of, you know, taking the path of least resistance against Petroski. It's not to say that maybe he does have good grappling, but why even test that if you can just, you know, potentially put Petroski on his pockets? So I would just say keep this one at distance, avoid grappling, and you could make good on your debut, but ultimately I think Petroski's going to get this one. Who we got?
I'm taking Petroski as well. I feel like he has the potential to gas out at times. His gas tank is a little bit concerning for me because he gets excited. He's a high output fighter, but this is going to be a fight on the stand-up. Neither one of these guys have never been submitted out for a loss. So I think going into this mindset, both of these guys are going to want to stay up on the ground. Trying to finish somebody that's never been finished because they're either unfinishable or they're really good on the ground is just too fucking energy. It takes a lot of energy out. And, I mean, most guys would rather stand up and try to bang it out and go for the jawline and try to take it to the ground. I feel like this is going to be somewhat of an exciting fight, being both these guys are going to want to stand up and bang this out. But I'm taking Petroski. I feel like Roatan isn't going to want to take the chance of getting submitted on the ground, considering Petroski does have 4 sub wins on the ground. But I feel like this is going to be a fun banger on the feet. What do you think, Ray?
I completely agree with that as well, man. You're fucking killing it this particular episode, bro. Like,
Thank you.
Fucking Petroski is the fucking dog in this fucking fight. He's been there before. Fight some of the best fighters in that weight class. Like, he's going to beat the shit out of Cam Roston. Roston just doesn't know what he's in for. He's never been really at this level of fighter, in my opinion. And I just think it's too big of a jump up for him, and you know what I mean, in this round and in this bout. Petrosky has been literally a main card fucking fighter.
He's been that dude.
He's been that dude. So that being said, you gotta go Petrosky in this fucking level. You know what I mean? When he gets fucked up by dudes that are fucking dogs, fucking murderers, fucking killers.
Or fucking their hip bone because he shoots in and fucking gets cracked by nigga's hip bone and fucking gets.
Come on,
gets a
bro. I mean,
knockout.
yeah, you right. You right. That shit did happen, but
Shouts out to my guy, Mr. Bubbles, in the chat. Favorite bet on the card, Carolina and Montague ends inside the distance, -105. So you got some good value there. Let's see here. Montague by sub or Carolina by KO. Yes, I would totally agree. That's how that's probably going to go down. Mr. Bubbles as well. Agree on Petrosky. Sometimes he can be his own worst enemy, i.e. hip, bone, jaw. But should be the more well-rounded guy.
Absolutely.
Shouts out to you. Make
Mr.
sure
Bubbles.
that y'all are liking this episode. Make sure that y'all are subscribing. Make sure you go check out our Buy Me a Coffee if you want to donate to the channel. Shouts out Cash Money, Phaedra for that. Yes, folks. All right, moving on to the featured prelim of the evening. We have Navajo Sterling going up against Rodolfo Bellato.
I'm excited for this one.
This is going to be a goodie for sure. We got Sterling coming in 2-0 in the UFC, a perfect 7-0 overall. We got Bellato coming in. They are 1-0 with 1 draw and 1 no contest in the UFC. 12-1 with that 1 draw and 1 no contest overall. And are 3 with no losses, 1 draw, and 1 no contest in their last 5 bouts. So, yeah. I'm going to go with Sterling in this one by decision or KO. They're going to be the younger and bigger of the two, a striker primarily. And, you know, they got some decent grappling defense that I think is only getting better as time goes on. They've shown, you know, in 2 fights here in the UFC against guys who had some decent grappling prowess to, you know, be able to maintain on the feet and, you know, just be able to volume guys out to a decision. We got Bellato coming in. They are older of the two by a couple years, smaller in stature, well-rounded and a power striker, and definitely should try to get this fight to the ground given their grappling prowess. But if they decide to let this just become a fucking, you know, stand up and bang affair, they could risk just getting pieced up. Now, don't get me wrong. They do have the knockout capability and possibly the stronger finishing probability in this fight than Sterling. I think Sterling's going to be more technical, a little bit more cleaner. And if a opening presents itself for a finish, they'll take it. But most likely they're just going to, you know, point fight their way to victory. Bellato, on the other hand, definitely could put Sterling on their pockets. But then at that point, it's just how fast he's able to get him out of there. If Sterling's able to stick around, then Bellato could run the risk of blowing his wad.
Sploosh.
But, you know, that remains to be seen. And like I said, they do have some grappling in their back pocket. So I would say they have more routes to victory, but they're just a little funny. Like, okay, there's some funny stuff with Bellato. Like, they had that weird-ass fight with Paul Craig where I think they took, like, an illegal up kick, and they took it until the ref, you know, checked to see if they were okay, and then they acted like they got fucking knocked out and they couldn't fucking see, and they ended up taking the no contest. So that shit was kind of wild. And my guy, I think, had to pull out of a fight recently because of a breakout of herpes. So it's been a wild road for Bellato and his UFC fucking journey. But yeah, I'm gonna be going with Sterling in this one. Who we got, fellas?
That was Bellato who got herpes?
Yeah.
Man.
Man.
I'm going with Bellato. Mr. Herpy Maker, Mr. Herpy Taker, Mr. whatever you want to call him.
Bro.
I'm just playing. Hey, but
We
here's
can
my
never
thing.
go to a fucking show, bro. If we ever go to UFC, we're gonna get fucking beat the
Shout
fuck
out
up,
to
bro.
Sterling for taking the fight. Like, I don't know.
Just
how
know
that-
it's going to be a 2v1. Just know that. Whoever's want to bring it, bring it. 2v1.
Oh, man.
Maybe even a 3v if Cameron's fucking feeling froggy. Definitely a 2v though. But I feel like Bellato has more routes to victory. Sterling, what worries me about Sterling is all his fights, he fights and punches moving forward like he's the Terminator. Eventually, that chin is going to get tested, and he's going to get counter-checked. And I feel like a good counter striker is going to be the fall of Sterling with his perfect record. I feel like Bellato has more routes to victory because he's had some subs on it. He's gone to the decision, once? But he's got mostly knockouts for his finishes. And he's only been finished, he's been finished twice, but not by sub. So I feel like this would be a better idea for him to play the counter game than take him for a strike, outstrike him, get him to the ground, and then overwhelm Sterling because he does have a lot of muscle. And I'd make him carry my weight and freaking wear him out. Third round, piece him up. And that's what I think what's going to happen with the Bellato if he's able to pull this out. What you got, Ray?
Bellato for the win. Bellato is, you know what I mean? He's gonna win or he's gonna go out on a shield. There's not gonna be any in between. Navajo Sterling, I do agree with Cameron. Believe he's more of the technical fighter, more of the, you know what I mean, higher fight IQ. But Bellato is a killer, and Bellato's in there to fucking finish it and get it done. And I like that type of fighter more than I like the technical fighter. So I've got to go with Bellato. I believe Mr. Bumpy will fucking make it happen. You know what I mean? It just, it is what it is. Like,
Hey,
what's up?
let's go. Looks like we got us another 25 or so. Another donation from Phaedra. Shouts out.
Phaedra, thank you for the coffee.
Thank you,
so
appreciate
much.
you.
Appreciate you, babe.
Yeah, Mr. Bumpy for the win.
That's a fucking crazy word. That's crazy.
He's got that gift that keeps on giving, bro.
You know, there's, hey, who's he fighting again? Sterling. Sterling might leave with a little bit of piece of him that he may not get back from this fight.
That's right.
It might be both Mr. Bumpies.
Bruh, that's what I mean. I don't know how that works. You know, the transferal, potential transferal or whatever, or how, outbreaks compared. I don't know how that goes. So please, I'm just gonna stop there. But kudos to Sterling because that's wild. I don't think I could do that, bruh. I don't think I could do that.
I mean, think about it.
Blood
like,
swaps
you could
and shit
be
like
literally
that.
covered in blood at the end of the match.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And it's not
With-
I remember
with
in wrestling.
with open wounds of your own. Like that's
Exactly.
Just, I don't know, bro.
Even if you win the fight, right? Even if you win the fight, a week later you're taking a piss and you're like, oh, fuck. And the other guy's like, ha! But I was like, gotcha.
I won the war.
Take that, bitch.
Bro,
Rematch.
I would be so I gotta catch
The
you.
no contest.
I gotta catch you in
over-
the streets, bro.
Gets the result gets overturned.
If I get an STD, bro, from fucking beating you up, I'm catching you in the streets.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I'd be pissed.
You're going to have to tell people that you fought first, then got the STD.
Yeah.
You tell them the order how it happened.
Once again, folks, not quite clear on the specifics of that. So our apologies if we, offended anybody.
We're not doctors, so we only know from what we're told.
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing for shit.
And Ray's usually telling us
fucking,
stuff.
All right, y'all. Moving on to the curtain jerker for the main card of UFC Perth. We got a lightweight matchup between Tom Nolan going up against Charlie Campbell. We got Nolan coming in 3-1 in the UFC, 9-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. We got Campbell coming in 2-0 in the UFC, 9-2 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 fights. Also want to note that Campbell's coming in on short notice after Nolan's original opponent pulled out. Nolan's going to be the younger and bigger of the two fighters, a striker with evolving, like they're a striker that is, evolving as a fighter overall. They got a better strength of schedule, I would say, in comparison to Campbell, and slightly more UFC experience, but not much. Campbell's going to be coming in older of the two by 5 years, a striker primarily in their own right. And they have an okay strength of schedule, but like I said, just in comparison to Nolan, not quite there. They're going to want to come in and make this fight dirty. They're going to come in and, just basically just start putting fucking hands on Nolan and, make them fucking fight, pressure them, and not give them a lot of space is what I would suggest in this one, especially coming in on short notice. Feel like they just kind of need to, come in there and just, make it happen. But I'm going to be going with Nolan in this one. I just think that they're going to be the cleaner, better conditioned, and just, I wouldn't say like smarter fighter, but I just think they'll fight a smarter fight in this one. Like I said, I think Campbell needs to make this one a little messy. But I think Nolan will be able to hold their own, especially, fighting home country, all that good stuff. Starting off the card, main card and shit. But yeah, I'm gonna be going with Nolan. Who we got, y'all?
Nolan, huh? Absolutely fucking not.
God damn.
I'm going with Charlie Campbell. Let me tell you why. Charlie Campbell's got more fucking knockouts. He just doesn't have the name behind him. He's got more knockouts. Nolan has almost as many knockouts as he does decisions. So you know what I mean? You look at the numbers. Neither one of them are going for the sub. I feel like Campbell has a better chance of getting the knockout because that's what he's used to doing. You know what I mean? He's not having to lean on these fucking decisions. And I feel like Nolan has leaned on these decisions to get him some of these wins. So I feel like, same risk for route to victory, but I feel like Campbell's already fucking been doing this, done this, and is gonna do this again come Saturday night. I don't think Nolan has an opportunity to. He has a puncher's chance, right? But I don't feel like he has a better chance of winning if it went to a decision. And Campbell's not a fucking decision guy. What do you got, Ray?
I'm trying to, measure what I should say in this particular bout because I've got, some color content to say.
Let's make it a little longer than your shorts. Let's go.
I fucking think.
Anyway,
I tried to tell you guys.
all right, cool.
Yes.
Moving on. Going to the welterweight division. We got a matchup between Jake Matthews going against Neil Magny. We got Matthews coming in 15-7 in UFC, 22-7 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5. We got Magny coming in, super UFC vet at 23-12 in the UFC alone, 30-13 overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. I'm gonna be going with Matthews in this one by decision or sub. They're gonna be the younger and smaller of the two fighters, well-rounded, a UFC vet, and they just need to get Magny to the ground and just maintain control, if anything, to get the W, and hopefully, if a finish presents itself, cool. But yeah, Magny, they're gonna be the older of the two by 7 years, bigger and longer, well-rounded, and like I said, a super UFC vet. And I would just suggest that they keep this fight at distance. They got some grappling, but I would say it's better just like defensive grappling, super good balance, things like that. But they definitely like to get in close, put folks up against the cage and just grind them out. So he's definitely probably going to put himself in position to get takedowns from Matthews. But, he also is very good at humbling guys, especially the younger guys, So I just feel like in this one though that Matthews should be able to get it done if he just does what he does best. And like I said, if anything, just controls Magny. But other than that, I am going with Matthews. Who we got, y'all?
I'm taking Matthews as well. I mean, even though Magny's he's got 17 decisions on his win column. I mean, he's a veteran. I respect him. You know what I mean, and the work he's done. But Matthews is a high output fighter. He likes to be all up in your face whenever he's a pressure fighter. He's able to get it done on the ground as well. I feel like Magny might test him on the ground, but I feel like he can still get it done on the ground. I don't see Magny being able to withstand his punches, so I feel like Magny's going to be shooting for the takedown or fighting to make this thing on the ground. I feel like Jake's either going to knock him out, put him on his ass, and finish him on the ground, or he's going to. I don't see this being a decision. Though both of these guys have quite a bit of decisions on their record. I see Jake Matthews finishing this out, and Neil Magny's, towards the end of his record, so towards the end of his career, so I see him not being able to deal with this young buck.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you. I believe that Neil Magny, the gatekeeper that he is, like, obviously we know he's never going to get a belt. He just kind of hovers right around that, top 15 spot and keeps people up out of the top 10. That's his goal, or that's not his goal, but that's his life path. Let's go ahead and call it that. And I think he's going to do it in this particular bout. I think he's going to be able to hold Jake Matthews out of the top 10. Neil Magny is just a very good all-around fighter. The only problem with Neil Magny is you don't know which Neil Magny is going to show up. The one that's super, ready and dedicated, has been training for fucking a full camp, or Neil Magny that's trying to catch a paycheck.
He only loses to really good fighters.
Yeah,
I will give you that.
But I'm worried though, because sometimes, in my opinion, I have seen him show up and not look his best. And maybe I won't even say it's that, because a lot of times he takes like short notice fights, right? Sure. And so he doesn't look his best. You know what I mean? He is a company man. He is a journeyman. Like, he's there. I mean, obviously he's 30 and he's had 43 fucking fights. You know what I mean? Total. That's a crazy number. So what I gotta say is I think Neil Magny will get this one done against Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews is a great fighter as well. I just don't think he's as well-rounded as Neil Magny. Jake Matthews is more of a boxer, more of a striker, and Neil Magny can definitely take advantage of that with his ability to, jiu-jitsu this dude and fucking wrestle him down. That being said, Neil Magny's my guy. But if you don't get it done this goddamn time, I'm not fucking with you no more.
Yeah, catch him in Lakewood.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I will say too about this fight is that Jake Matthews, man, he's a vet in his own right. Like, he's literally fought he's fought his whole 20s in the UFC, so he has some mileage on him. So this is closer of a fight than I think people will give it credit for, given the age gap. But truly, you got a guy who's taking his bumps and bruises along the way against a dude that's just a super vet and has seen it all. So definitely, this is a lot more evenly matched than I think people have it on paper. But at the same time too, I just feel like Matthews is coming into his own, even though he has all that UFC, mileage already on him. But I do think they're coming into their own, whereas, Magny's in the twilight.
I feel like his career is comparable to Rojas. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. A lot of fights when he's coming in young. I feel like in 3 or 4 years, we're still going to see Rojas fighting, and we're going to be talking to him in regards like we're doing with Jake Matthews, with a lot of really good fights under his belt, a lot of mileage, young age, still a lot of big career ahead of him, as long as, God willing, with no injuries and whatnot.
I gotta, shout out Twan Lorenzo. Don't clinch with Magny, or he will lose. 100% loss if he does keep his distance from Magny, or he'll 100% lose if he doesn't keep his distance from Magny. Also, Jake should be smart enough to stay away and throw hands to get the KO.
Yeah,
I think those are two very good
Absolutely.
points.
No,
You know what I mean?
definitely. He doesn't want to get
And
into the
Matthews
clinch.
has 9 submissions. You can't sleep on that. He can submit Magny out. He's just as dangerous up standing up as he is on the ground.
Matthews is
think-
very dangerous. I don't think he's more dangerous than Magny on the ground, though.
See,
Magny
He is, though.
is.
See, I do. I think he's more dangerous on the ground, not in the clinch with Magny.
Okay.
Correct.
If we're talking grappling.
Okay.
But what I will say is, in my personal opinion, I get what you're saying, Twan, about him, keeping his distance. But at the same time, I don't think Matthews got hands like that to fuck with Magny. I think Magny will be cleaner in the striking. I think Matthews will be more powerful in the striking, but I think Magny's more
And he has a better chin.
clean. Yeah, and he has a better chin.
Magny's
Like
a
Magny's been
sniper.
getting caught,
Magny's a sniper.
but
But he's chinny.
yes.
he does like it to get up against the cage though and just kind of break you down from there and shit. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, like I said, this one's a lot more closely matched than I think people give it credit for. Moving on though to the featured bout of the evening on the main card, we got Jack Jenkins going up against Roman Tavares. We got Jenkins coming in 3-2 in the UFC, 13-4 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. We got Tavares coming in 1-1 in the UFC, 10-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. I went back and forth on this one, but finally, I ultimately ended up going with Jenkins in this one by either decision or KO. I think Jenkins, first off, let me break this down. Jenkins is the slightly smaller of the two, well-rounded in their skill set, but definitely likes to strike and has some super nasty fucking leg kicks. In my opinion, he needs to keep this fucking clean and at distance and just try and break Tavares down with those leg kicks and just piece him up and then slide out, and never really let Tavares get too close. Tavares is going to be the slightly bigger of the two, well-rounded in their skill set, but leans more so to the striking as well. They're going to be moving up in weight for this bout by 10 pounds. So they need to get close and make this dirty, in my opinion, and even possibly grapple, since they do got a little bit of grappling in their back pocket. I'm not going to say, start fishing for submissions, but at least maybe get a takedown, find a dominant position on the ground and, find the ground and pound or just maintain that control. This was something that I noticed with Jack Jenkins is that, anybody who can make it messy with them and make it a close fight, in proximity, he has trouble with, i.e., Chepe Mariscal. He was actually whooping Chepe's ass that entire fight until Chepe was actually able to get a hold of him.
Young Chepe.
Lifted him up in the air and was going for the takedown. And as Jenkins was bracing for, the takedown, he dislocated his elbow. So I know there was like a freak instance in there. But like I said, when things start to get, a little bit messy and out of his control, things start to happen. So I think that Tavares is going to want to mix it up more so in this fight rather than just trying to go blow for blow with Jenkins. I think Jenkins is going to be the cleaner of the two. But Tavares has definitely got the higher probability for finish in terms of like knocking out Jenkins, but it's just a matter if he can get close enough to touch his chin. I'm going to be going with Jenkins, though, just to fight a cleaner fight. Who we got, fellas?
I got Tavares. I feel like he's going to be putting on the higher output. He's going to be controlling the center of the octagon. I don't feel like Jenkins is a good enough counter striker. He's got fast enough hands. He probably does have the power, the slight advantage of the power. Tavares hits hard as well, but I don't think he has the heavier hand. I think his power goes to Jenkins, but I feel like he's not a good enough counter striker to back up and do those half steps and step in at the right timing. I feel like Tavares is going to finish him on the ground, but I feel like ultimately standing up, he's going to have the better hands, and he's going to get the best of him. And I think Jenkins is going to play into his game because he is a guy that likes to stand up, and he has decent hands as well. But I feel like Jenkins probably has the better chin on this, but I feel like Tavares has the higher output. and I feel like the higher output's gonna overtake the the soft chin. What you got, Ray?
Goddamn, you're killing it over there, fucking Darren T. Darren the fucking man. Cause Ramon Tavares will win this fucking fight. Fuck Jack Jenkins, he ain't shit. Ramon Tavares is just a more exciting
Respectively.
fighter. What's that?
I said respectively.
Yeah, respectfully, of course. Ramon Tavares is just like more of an exciting fighter. I like to watch exciting fighters. He's going to, I believe, do very, very well in the UFC. He just is. He's gonna put it on Jack Jenkins. Jack Jenkins is gonna get frustrated. I think he's gonna get a little discombobulated, so to speak. And you know what I mean. With that, fucking Ramon Tavares will win this fucking fight. That's
Hey,
fine.
not only that, real quick, Tavares has never been submitted, and Jenkins has been submitted a couple of times. So routes to victory goes to Tavares as well.
Absolutely.
So he has a better chance overall of winning, I think, because just more chances to win and just a higher probability.
Absolutely.
My opinion.
I agree. Camerona,
All right.
where you at?
Give me 1 second, y'all.
Out here.
Real quick, y'all. What's up in the chat? How we doing? Who we taking this? Who we taking this next? We got our next fight: Jimmy Crute and Ivan Urslan. I took Jimmy Crute because I like watching him fight or whatever. Let us know who you guys are taking to pick on this next one. I'll let you. Ray will let you know if your pick is a bitch or not.
That's right. Right off the fucking bat, I will.
He's good at that.
Oh, Tuan Lorenzo has a very good point. Jack is going to light up his legs. Tavares don't move. He stands in front of his opponent, and that's going to be a problem against Jack's leg kicks. That's a very, very good point, bro.
Very good point.
Hopefully he's worked on that.
Yeah, but if he's on his back, there's no leg kicks.
Well, that's true as well. But if he does decide to just fucking plant himself and fucking Jack Jenkins is giving them Jack Jenkins leg kicks, he's going to be
He's going to
fucked.
set himself up for failure if he sits there and tries to stand in front of him and go lick for lick. Because Jenkins will try to take advantage of his calf kicks. But, I mean, with Tavares, as much output he's going to be putting out, I think there's going to be a lot of moving backwards for Jenkins.
Yeah. Which is hard to do a leg kick when you're in that situation.
Absolutely. So I'm still going with Tavares.
All right, the fucking chat is not fucking with us apparently. So that being said,
Yo.
we should probably what?
What do you mean?
We should probably go ahead into the next bout. No,
Yeah, no, that's what I'm about to do.
let's run it. Then,
I mean, I don't know about calling this a co-main event necessarily, but it's a fight before the main event for sure. We got Jimmy Crute going up against Ivan Urslan. We got Crute coming in 5-4 with 2 draws in the UFC, 13-4 with those 2 draws overall, and 1-2 with those 2 draws in their last 5 fights. We got Urslan coming in 0-2 in the UFC, 14-5 with 1 no contest overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. I'm going to be going with Crute in this one by decision or KO. They're going to be the younger and longer of the two, well-rounded in their skill set, more UFC experience. A dog fighter, but the durability is somewhat in question. They're going to need to just mix this up, I think, and draw Urslan out to, like, the later rounds, even to, like, a potential decision, and just wear on him. Because Urslan, doesn't really have much to offer after the first round. And if, you just kind of grind it out with them, that's when they typically start to fade. So I think Jimmy Crute's the perfect type to do that, just a grinding pressure pace on Urslan, who's going to meet there in the middle with him. I just don't think he has enough dog in him. And outside of him just like cracking Jimmy Crute or fucking, taking advantage of like one of his injured legs, I don't see him, being able to outdog Crute or even crack him with anything significant enough to rock him or put him down significantly. So I'm going to be going with Crute in this one. Who we got, fellas?
I'm taking Jimmy Crute. I'm telling you what I like about Crute. He's moving forward all the time. I mean, he's taking a lot of hits to the fucking head. I feel like Urslan spends just as much time trying to get out of the way from getting hit as he does putting in trying to land those hits. So I feel like he's got a little bit more on his mind as Jimmy Crute. He knows he can eat these guys' fucking punches and move forward. I feel like he always goes into every fight feeling like he's the harder hitter because the way he stands in there and tries to phone booth fight everybody. I mean, what other confidence would you have to fucking do that with everybody? And I mean, there's been fights where I felt like he's taken too many headshots and he should go down already, and he doesn't. And I feel like Urslan's he's been finished before as on sub, and he's been knocked out before. Neither one of these guys Jimmy Crute has no decisions on here, so I don't think this is going to be going the distance on a decision. I feel like Jimmy Crute is going to get the better of him, and he's going to get the best of the stand-up. I feel like the ground game, as far as pounding ground or ground and pound, he's going to. Urslan's got a lot on his plate right now because he's got a person that has no lose in his fucking blood, and I think this is going to be a good fight. Actually, I think not worth the fucking co-main event, but I feel like it's going to be nice to watch. Jimmy Crute kick the shit out of.
He's a fan favorite, especially out there. So that's why I think he's got this billing the way he does, because people are just going to be, invested just personally in terms of Crute, who he is out there. But, Urslan is literally lost to guys who are fighting on this same card. So it's fucking just kind of funny that he got the co-main event spot.
I got to say, Twan Lorenzo, his motherfucker said it's a draw. They both bums. I don't know if you're talking about this fight or the previous fight.
No, he's talking about this one.
This one.
Okay, I'm like, that's
neither one
wild.
of them ever gonna hold the title or be in contention for it. I feel like Crute, as long as he's been in the UFC, he's had a lot of time to evolve, and he has, just not as much as some of these other guys that are chasing belts right now, as you would say. And but I still think it's going to be a decent fight. I feel like Crute, the most exciting thing about him is he's got a head like a fucking fire hydrant. And you see him take some really hard shots and not go down and stake in the fight. I mean, he's won me money on a couple of times.
Jimmy Crute is a dog. Jimmy Crute can, you know what I mean? He Homer Simpsons his way through fucking fights. That being said, I think Urslan might be able to get him out of there. But it's gonna be an ugly fight. In my opinion, it'll be a very bloody fight. And they're literally just gonna be throwing bombs at each other. And I will say that Urslan has more power, Crute has more speed. But neither one of them are going to back down. Neither one of them are going to take a step back for the most part. But I've got to go with Urslan for the win. It just makes more sense to me. I think you could go either way with this particular bout.
It really could.
So I'm not, you know what I mean, like, oh, you guys are fucking idiots for fucking picking Crute or either way, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go with Urslan in this one. I just think he gets it done against Crute. But, again, it's power versus speed. And we're just going to see who's able to withstand the fucking storm.
I just don't think I've seen Urslan in a whole lot of dog fights like I've seen Crute and like withstand them and then win. You know what I mean? I feel like he's a good counter striker, but I don't feel like he has the chin Crute has. I mean, I've seen Crute's chin.
Oh, you ready for this one?
What's up?
Twan Lorenzo. Crute retired once and came back. Don't trust him.
So did Michael Jordan.
Come on, bro. Michael Jordan is not fucking Jimmy. Jimmy Crute is not Michael
Doesn't
Jordan.
matter.
Like,
I'm just saying
doing here?
the
Like,
possibilities
come on,
of greatness is not
Michael
out of
Jordan.
the realms of reach. Okay. Okay.
No, bro. Like, sorry. We're talking about UFC versus fucking basketball.
It was a respectable point, though.
No, I didn't like it.
It's a respectable point. I get what you're saying, but I also get what you're saying. Shout outs to Twan Lorenzo. He said this is, a win or get cut type fight.
Hopefully, fuck.
I would say, that like a draw is literally not, far fetched at all, given Jimmy Crute's history.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that, they're gonna come in there with like a fucking kill or be killed type attitude. I don't see this going to decision. Um, but yeah, in that kind of a fucking scenario, I think that Crut's just gonna be able to outdog Ursulin, but we will see. Moving on to the main event of the evening. And we're actually able to get to it because my phone's not being fucking weird. So, hey, here we go. We get into a whole fight card. But, hey, let's not speak too soon. We actually got to get through this shit. So, without further ado, we have a light heavyweight matchup with, slight title contender implications for the winner. Depending on who wins, though, I think, and then a couple of other scenarios with the title being on the line next week, and also two other top contenders facing off on the undercard of that event. But anyways, we got Carlos Ulberg going up against Dominick Reyes. We have Ulberg coming in. They are 8-1 in the UFC, 12-1 overall, and are currently riding the 8-fight win streak. We have Dominick Reyes coming in. They are 9-4 in the UFC, 15-4 overall, and are currently 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. Riding a 3-fight win streak, currently with those 3 wins. I'm gonna be going with Ulberg though by KO or decision. They're gonna be the slightly younger of the two, a crisp striker out of City Kickboxing. And really just, I think in this bout, they just need to keep it clean. They need to out volume Reyes. They need to, just point fight. And if a finish presents itself, cool. But if anything, they just need to secure the W and their positioning within the rankings. And, they just need, I would suggest they just keep it clean. Reyes is going to be slightly older of the two by a year, a striker primarily. Probably the more powerful of the two, whereas Ulberg will be the faster of the two. And in my opinion, he's definitely going to have to bring the pressure and put themselves at risk, which is a tough gamble because they definitely have been chinned. They've came a long road back from a 3-fight skid where they literally were getting knocked out in devastating fashion. But, I mean, I guess that's just what this game's about. Dominick Reyes is basically the only person that anybody can say like beat John Jones. The majority consensus of people. I've never watched this fight because I kind of refuse to, but the majority consensus says that in a 5-round matchup, Dominick Reyes got the better of John Jones. But after that fight, he got fucking slid 3 times in a row. And then has now, in this current era of the light heavyweight division, been able to string 3 together and is, hovering right outside of that title contender picture. Given a win, I could see them potentially getting that nod for a title fight, given who wins between Ankalaev and Pereira. But you do have Prohaska and Khalil Roundtree in there. And Prohaska fucking put Reyes out fucking very badly. So barring a Prohaska,
Changed his whole life.
yeah, literally, the trajectory of his whole career changed after that fight. So I would say, given a Prohaska win, that's probably the only thing that could possibly keep Reyes out of there, unless this is just a dog shit fight overall. Ulberg, I can't really necessarily say that they get a shot at the title, but if they get a nasty finish, then they definitely put themselves in the picture. But yeah, ultimately, I think Reyes is doing well for himself, and I think that he'll, maintain a level of, he's going to be a high-level guy in that division. But I just think the buck stops here on that 3-fight fucking win streak against Ulberg, who I think has just been putting in the pain and is just one of those dudes where he's flying under the radar, but he's going to just make himself undeniable, and you eventually just have to give him a shot. So, and like I said, he does that by keeping this clean. If he decides to fucking just go blow for blow with Reyes outside of catching him clean and putting him on his pockets, Reyes will definitely be the liver fighter to finish in that kind of scenario. But I'm going with Ulberg. Who we got, fellas?
I'm taking Ulberg. Dominick Reyes is a one-trick pony for me. I feel like he can just get it done on his feet. I feel like he has a hard time with high-output strikers. I feel like Carlos Ulberg is going to be a little bit too much for him. He's going to be kicking too hard. He's going to be punching too hard. He's going to be, wearing on him. I feel like Dominick Reyes has seen his better days, and a much different Dominick Reyes fought a much different John Jones. And the only difference is the involvement. Like you can't. It's not even comparison. One's the GOAT. The other one's, still sheep. So I feel like, with that being said, how we doing, Ray? With that being said, I'm taking Ulberg. I feel like he's going to be too much man, and we're going to see what a man does to a boy Saturday night. Let's go, Carlos Ulberg.
Yeah,
What you got, Ray?
Let me just say that your analysis all night has been great, except for this particular fucking fight, bro. Like, what are you saying or doing? We're talking about Dominick Reyes, somebody that arguably beat John Jones, and then he went on a slide. I get it. 3 fights. What the fuck ever. If you got your fucking face punched in by John Jones, like, you'd be on a 3-fight slide too. I'm pretty sure. But now, he's on a fucking uptake.
I just feel like he's been defeated in too badly of a fashion.
That's all you got?
He has some quit inside of him, and I feel like there was no comeback to the ass whooping Yuri Prochazka put on him. I feel like it damaged him, like, some of these other fighters that get knocked out in a real bad way, like Justin Gaethje, come up with these rises, and I feel like, they all eventually hit a peak to where, they get humbled and realize, like, hey, there's guys out there that really can't put me out. And, like, hey, it really does fucking hurt, you know what I mean, getting knocked the fuck out. And maybe you are scared to get knocked the fuck out again. Because a lot of these fighters fight like that after getting put out like that.
You got fucked up by John Jones. Like, I mean, he's fought some of the craziest fucking...
I'll be honest with you. He took more damage in the Yuri Prochazka fight than he did in the John Jones.
Yeah.
Personally, he was in better shape. He did a better job against John Jones. But like I said, he didn't evolve as a fighter. Like, as potential-wise, as skill, he could have gotten a lot better. But I think his mindset got destroyed by facing somebody so good as John Jones and believing that he won, and still everybody says that he lost. You know what I mean?
like that's the thing, is it's like literally, I think it was one of those scenarios. Like I said, I haven't watched this fight, but the way that people break it down, it was literally just a fucking robbery, is what people say. So you're talking about a dude standing there thinking, man, I just fucking beat the GOAT, bro. Like, I'm about to go down in the history books. I'm about to get this belt. Daughter, he's standing there, and then all of a sudden it's like, and still, and it's just like, oh my God, the deflation. I think the nigga just went through a horrible bout of deflation, not even depression, deflation. So I think the Prochazka fight, he was supposed to bounce back, everything was supposed to be good. Then he gets a shot at the vacant title or another shot at John Jones, whatever the case may be, But then he gets fucking put away horribly.
Absolutely.
Literally that knockout will live on in time forever. As like one of the top knockouts in UFC MMA history. And, then it's like even more deflating at that point. So I think that's the thing, is like, I don't even know if he, and this might sound crazy, and I say this with respect, as much respect as I can, he may not even be taking this run. It feels good to be on a fucking 3-fight streak, but he knows it's against a different era.
Absolutely.
It's not against fucking John Jones.
It's
and
not even
he's
against
probably
the
not
guys
even going to get
John
that
Jones
back.
is competing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the guys that got left the scraps after he left.
Absolutely.
So I think even for him, it's still kind of like he needs this win against Ulberg. He does need this. I think this could definitely put his confidence back where it needs to be.
This will put his name somewhat like in contention for him, like being up there, like in title contention. You know what I mean? Outside of this, if he loses this, I'm telling you, he's I mean, we'll never see him mainline another card if he
You're
doesn't.
fucking crazy. He's number 8 in the UFC right now at the fucking at 205. He's fighting number 5 at 205. So he
The
doesn't drop.
heavyweight class has a real deficit in talent right now. I'm just gonna
I
put
can
that
agree
out
with that.
there.
No, I completely agree with that. But like, I don't see him like, oh, he's out of like, you know what I mean, any kind of title contention forever if he loses. But he's not gonna fucking lose. He's gonna beat the fuck out of Charles Ulberg. He's gonna get the fucking title shot that he needs.
Charles?
Within fucking Charles Carlos. I don't give a fuck. His name starts with a C, right? Done enough. Anyway, Dominick Reyes wins this motherfucking particular bout.
You're right. Derek Reyes has a way better chance of winning than Dominick Reyes Saturday night.
Yeah, so fucking funny.
Come on, man.
Fucking weenie time.
Weenie time.
Hey yo. But yeah, okay. Sounds good, y'all. This is gonna be, like I said, this fight, this main event is definitely got a lot on the line. And I'm interested to see which way it goes.
Real quick, hey, shouts out MMA Mystic.
Yeah, shouts out
3-2 all day.
Shouts out MMA Mystic in the chat.
The Loma Bellotto underdog parlay is live. Ooh, that's okay. I don't even got no fucking parlays to be for sure on with y'all. You know what I mean?
No, not unless you were dreaming about him.
Damn, dog. Damn, okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? Hit me. I get it. I wasn't doing my best.
You're always doing your best.
I'm always doing my best, but I didn't do the best for this particular podcast. But my goddamn picks are the motherfucking best, so how about that?
Hey.
Yeah.
In the last card prior to this one. Shouts out to Twan Lorenzo. Reyes has the advantage of schedule. Ulberg has not beat anybody but old Jan. That's it. Reyes will get robbed of a split decision in Perth. Yeah, we do got to take that into account. You know now, granted, Ulberg is a New Zealander, but that's still home turf.
It's still home turf.
Yeah.
But let me tell you this, though.
Oh, for sure.
Do we remember the last card that was in fucking Australia? They got fucking dogged. Australia did not do a goddamn thing.
Australia didn't do too well for themselves.
They got fucked off.
But yeah, what I will say is I don't have any parlays either. This one is a lot of matchups that are too close to call, in my opinion, or could just have some freak circumstances in it that, once again, make it too uncertain for me to, lock in somebody, especially a series of people.
Hey, real quick.
Oh, okay. Darren gonna come through with the llast minute.
Before you do that, though,
buzzer beater parlay.
Right. I just want to talk about the chat real quick.
Don't call Ray a buzzard.
The MMA Mystic. I'm going Ulberg, but I'm rooting for a vicious Reyes KO. Like, that's solid. I fucks with that. You know what I mean? Big ups on that shit, because that's what I'm hoping for.
That's like rooting for Rocky when he's all old and shit and swinging. Rooting for the old man,
I don't like this dude on here, bro.
So, you want to make some money this weekend? I'm taking Charlie Campbell, Rodolfo Bellottato, and then I'll take Alexa Thaniera for a 3-leg parlay. I believe at least 2 of those are underdogs. And you want to shit the bed, I'd throw Ramon Tavares in there. If you really want to get nasty, I'd throw Jimmy Crute because he hadn't failed me in 3 motherfucking fights.
Wait. So is that your 2 girls, 1 cup bet? Like when you get them all together?
Hey, it's a win-win situation when it's 2 girls, 1 cup, brother. There's no losers. I'm just playing.
right.
I ain't that nasty.
Well, folks, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and share. Shouts out to our newest subscribers.
Thank you so much. We
Literally,
appreciate the shit out of you.
I think
You
we
have
got
no
like
idea.
5 subscribers just from this day alone. Just in this day alone. I'm going to attribute some of that to the UFC predictions tracker. Shouts out to them.
Shout out tracker.
They got your boy highlighted in green. I am one of the best pickers in terms of ROI over these last 8 months in 2025. So, hey, if you're coming here via that channel, welcome and salute to you. Hope that, we're able to keep this train rolling for you. And like I said, like, subscribe, comment, share. Check out our Buy Me a Coffee link. Shouts out to Phaedra for donating.
Thank you for the coffee,
again.
sweetheart. Thank you.
That's 2 times now. So
Phaedra, we have to take you out to dinner one of these nights.
So shouts out to them. Very much appreciated. And make sure that you check us out on Instagram and TikTok at Bros Talk MMA. You can follow me on both of those platforms as well at UTICA_SME. These guys, they keep it, pretty private, so you don't have to worry about following either one of them unless
you got a corn hub.
Or an OnlyFans.
Or an OnlyFans, you know what I mean? Then you can absolutely follow.
Facts.
Ray.
You got either one of those. Drop the name and the number, we'll get back.
Mason. On the gram.
Yo, let me see.
I got a plan.
Shouts out to the chat. Some more. We got MMA Mystic. We got Tuan Lorenzo. Bellotto cooked for sure. UFC mad about his last fight. Soon they throwing him to the wolves. So, yeah. Tuan Lorenzo believes Bellotto is getting set up and getting lined up here.
MMA Mystic says Sterling is not the Wolves.
Thank you.
Yo, shouts out to the fucking chat, y'all. This has been a great episode. 74 episodes, y'all. Let's clap it up one time, We got episode 75 coming at you next week, I believe. UFC 320, light heavyweight title on the line. So like I said, this fight, has direct implications on how that fight, and how things are for the future of the division.
Real quick, let me just shout out MMA Mystic, man. Follow his channel, man.
Yeah,
That dude's solid.
real shit.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Real shit, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you.
He's always
Thank you.
up there in the top column as well for picks. And
Absolutely, bro. He's always
100%.
putting in the good shit. And then also, you know what I mean, he's supporting, which I really appreciate, bro. So, follow that man. You know what I mean?
Appreciate your support.
Most definitely. Shouts out again to our folks over at Fight Bloodline. Make sure you go follow them as well. They're killing it in picks. And then, shouts out to everybody in the chat overall. So like I said, we'll be back covering UFC 320. But until then, this has been another episode of Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro host extraordinaires.
A.K.A. Debo.
AKA, this is Darren T. You know what it is. Mr. Never Miss. What we closing out with, Ray?
Y'all know who it is. It's motherfucking RayBuck. It's Chaco Jordan. It is Mr. My kidneys hurt. My life is
Mr. Give him his belt. Mr. Give him his crown.
But guess what? Like Darren just said.
Mr. My shorts are too short. I'll wear pants next time.
Yeah. Queen Angel calling me out on some bullshit. Like, these are like normal length shorts.
She said you look like you got used knees. Is that true? Used knees?
Yo.
Sis, you're wild for that.
Anyway,
let's close this out.
It's a rough one. It's a rough weekend. I'm glad that my boys went ahead and stayed with me. You know what I mean? Dogged it out. You know what I mean? Knew that I was gonna show up. Yeah. I was gonna wake up. Yeah. I was gonna make it happen.
Absolutely.
It happens. But you guys are fucking soldiers, and I really appreciate it. So next week we will not be late. How about that?
For sure.
Sounds good.
Well then, with that being said, until the next time, folks,
we out.